weekend. This is what it's all about. Wild card weekend. Could the teams that's in the wild card this week actually make some noise and actually make it to the Super Bowl? As an Eagles fan, I hope so. As a Cowboys fan that Tone is, he just happy he's in the dance. Sorry, Tone. Yeah, I always wanted to show you first, Tom. I see you.
Yeah, because I'm doing my dance. I'm going to do my dance, you know what I'm saying, the wild card week. Yeah, let's go, number one.
Okay, now you're done. All right.
Let's go.
GNT back at you. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. This is a real quick. Okay, I'm not going to say that because we usually say it's going to be a shorter episode, and it never happens.
Just don't.
We just another episode, episode 23. Back at y'all with the crew, Tone, the promoter.
What it do, y'all? What it do?
My man Joel, Bird Gang in the building.
What's going on, everybody? Couldn't miss this episode. Wild Card Week. Let's get it.
And last but certainly not least, the babyface assassin, my man, Kevin Kev.
You called me that twice now. And the other podcast, now this. What's going on with that, man?
Okay, I'm sorry. Welcome back, Kev.
Hi, thanks. Yeah, whatever.
Dang, man, what's going on? Anyway, we make up your GNT crew for the day. Once again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate y'all guys' attention, your value, your follows, as well as all your positive clicks and words of encouragement. So we appreciate y'all guys so much. Guys, let's get right into it so we're not on here all night long on a Friday night. Joel, right now it's on you, bro. I'm going to play this vid before we get into this NFL wildcard weekend. There we go.
3 free throws in that fourth quarter. What could you?
Thank you, Doug. That's outrageous. What happened tonight? This is completely BS. This is shame. Shame for the referees. Shame for the league to allow this. 23 free throws for them, and we get 2 free throws in the fourth quarter. Like how to play the game. I understand respect for all stars and all of that, but we have star players on our team as well. How's possible that Scotty Barnes, who is all-star caliber player in this league, he goes every single time to the rim with force and trying to get to the rim without flopping and not trying to get foul calls. He gets 2 free throws for the whole game. How's that possible? How are you gonna explain that to me?
He shot with 23 free.
What?
All right, so a little bit of context. And you know what, Tone, you'll probably be better given the pure context of what exactly we saw there. And Joel is on you.
Man, oh man, listen, when you playing the Lakers at home, LeBron, I mean, hey, look, you just got to be ready. But nah, all jokes aside, I mean, look, it was completely lopsided. I actually went back and looked at part of the game, and I mean, it was fouls. It was fouls. They fouled, they didn't. Was it ticky-tack? Absolutely. But this is why we were talking about that at that one point in time about the refs kind of like persuading the game a little bit, where they have the ability to call these ticky-tack fouls or let the guys play. But look, it's going to continue to happen. Is it, something absolutely 100% intentional? None of us will ever find out. We wouldn't know. But man, it was pretty bad, man. And I mean, it was 25,000 worth in fines for him for voicing his opinion on the refs. But it's something that continues to happen. And I mean, hey, I'm sure Tune got a little bit more to add to that.
Hey, hey, yo. First off, what I wanna talk about is just the way he delivered that, man. I love my Europeans, man, and when they get upset, yo. I mean, the English, don't get me wrong, the English gets a little bit better. It's still broken, but it gets a little bit better because they want to make that point known. You know what I mean? That they giving, man. And that alone to me, man, just it made it more comical than me, feeling his frustration, you know what I mean? Because obviously he's the head coach. He was there, during the game, man. But it was just so funny, how he was just really trying to voice it. It seemed as if it was like somebody impersonating somebody, you know what I mean? More than him really being mad, man. But to add to his frustration, man, I had to go back. I didn't go back and look at the game. I went back and looked at the stat sheet. And obviously, I heard people talking about it and people who watched the game, and they definitely felt as though Toronto was, gagged on a couple, calls out there, on certain plays that made obviously the game go in a certain direction. And the Lakers won by 1 point. You know what I mean? Like the free throw disparity, even with the free throw disparity, they only won by 1 point. And me looking at the stat sheet proved that was really the only reason the Lakers won the game. They didn't do anything maybe to really execute to get this W other than the Zebra crew, helping them out. The Raptors, man, they had 4 players that scored 21 points, combined, 21 points or more. You know what I mean? So, and out of those 4 players, they combined for only a total of 11 free throws, like total, through the 4 of them. You know what I mean? And they all had over 21. So clearly that means that they was getting busy, with buckets. And three players had 10 field goals or more. And I just mentioned 4 of those players only combined for 11 free throw attempts. Anthony Davis alone shot 14 free throws himself, and who won the night? he had 41 points, 11 boards, 6 assists, and not the Chip and Brian had 22, 12, and 5 rebounds, that game as well. For the game, the Raptors shot 8 for 13 free throws, where the Lakers shot 28 for 36. Now, mind you, they were 28 for 36, but they were 19 for 23 in the 4th quarter alone. So that was right there. That was 19 points that the Lakers scored when the clock wasn't moving. Defense is able to set, but that didn't even matter because, like I said, Toronto was getting busy, in the perimeter. So they was cooking them. They just couldn't stop them, and the only way to stop them was to call, fouls, man. So they attempted 20 more free throws than the Lakers. I mean, the Lakers attempted 20 more free throws than the Raptors, and clearly they made 20 more free throws. Scotty Barnes and Emmanuel Quickly for Toronto both fouled out. Right, for Toronto, right? 2 players fouled out for them. Where Sierra Wood for the Lakers led them with 5 total fouls. Anthony Davis was the next highest. He had 4 personal fouls. But there were no other Lakers that had more than 2 fouls called on that night. So they only had 2 people that had 4 fouls or more, but then everybody else had 2 fouls or less. So they just wasn't out there. Nobody was competing, I guess, for the Lakers on defense where they was getting aggressive and they may have swiped and, caught somebody. But they did say what was kind of bad for Toronto was that a key stretch of that game, they went with a lineup that had no guy taller than 6'8". So, it was kind of easy for Anthony Davis to, dominate and get a little bit of rebounds, and some putbacks. He was dunking. He just had so many dunks that game. But where that coach was going crazy at on the flopping was it was the one key play that Scotty Barnes before fouling out, he did hit a 3, but RJ Barrett set a screen on Anthony Davis and he like flopped like a fish out of water and they called an offensive foul. It was key. It was a key possession because, like I said, as soon as the flop happens, Scotty Barnes is releasing the three and he nails it, and that put Toronto up. You know what I mean? Big with a little bit of time left. So that helped the Lakers out. Yeah, like I said, they said they got gagged that game. I didn't see it, but obviously looking at the stat sheet, man, and the disparity, free throw disparity, that definitely kept them in the game. And like we said, man, look at how these referees control the game, whether it's basketball, football, whatever sport, man. The referees can control this game and control outcomes. And it's getting out of control, actually. It's actually really getting put in our faces now, where we can go back to games and see where this stuff is happening. Like,
right. I think it's the unscripted script, you could say. Like, hey, look, like, this is what we need to happen, and try to influence the game as much as possible. But I mean, none of us will ever know. I mean,
no,
to
it's
me,
just the money, man. The money
but that's what I was gonna say. To me,
that's what's running it.
right. To me, I think with all these betting platforms and things out there, like, forget the people that are betting the money. But if I got an inside track as an NBA or NFL executive, and we got the wink, wink, like, hey, out of all the games that are going on, this is the one that we all need to push all the bags and all the money to the table and say, hey, everybody bet their money this way because this is, the game that we're going to influence either with refs or whatever. Because, I mean, you could kind of get, in any sport, you could kind of get DNA of a team as far as, like, what their tendencies are and what they like to do as far as, like, how they run the offense or defensively or whatever. So it's like, all right, what's the easiest way to influence that game? You know what I mean? So, like, they already kind of had the formula because they already knew Toronto was going to go with that smaller lineup. So, like, all right, it's going to be easy to call fouls on this game because they got a smaller lineup that's going to warn it, and it won't throw any red flags. But it did because there wasn't even close, like, as far as, like, the fouls being called and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. None of us will ever know. But, I mean, it's something truly going on. Because, I mean, you look at the NFL this year, too. It's been a lot of games, like, where, you're looking at betting or you're looking at games like, oh, this is definitely a lock. And it ain't no such thing anymore. You know what I mean? And it is a lot of money being persuaded and lines moving, here and there and stuff like that. So you can never be safe with, a lot of things that will happen. It happened on a game last week. I can't even remember what it was, which game it was exactly. But it was an NFL game. It was supposed to be bad weather, cold, and rainy and all this stuff. And you're like, all right, I'm going to take the under. And then the first quarter, the first half, it already was over on the over-under, which everyone was already, like, thinking about, like, all right, it's definitely going to be under. But, just things like that. But, you know what I mean? That's all I got to say about with the NBA. And, I mean, I felt his pain, man, because that Dallas had them zebra stripes on their side all season long.
Yeah, that's a different conversation.
Here we go.
You notice the trend? LA Lakers, Cowboys.
Oh my God.
Yeah, LA Dodgers getting all the free agents. I don't know.
Get your bank account up then.
Yo, the scary thing is that, like, you can tell how mad my man was because it sounded like he forgot how to speak English.
Bro, he looked like
no, I'm telling you, that's
Hector,
him just
man.
learning, man. I'm telling you, like, that was actually better. When he probably got in the locker room, they probably was like, yo, coach, yo, man, like, that was good, man. Like, we understood you this time. Like, you put it together correct.
Barnes. He's like Scotty Barnes, the face of the NBA.
Scotty Barnes, Hall of, no, that's Hall of Fame. Good player.
Yeah,
All-star level player.
I'm telling you, he got a dap. I'm telling you, they dap coach up when he got to the locker room, man. I'm telling you, that was good.
So he's strong to the hole.
With force.
Oh God! All right, look, that's a good way to go ahead and segue since we're talking about how the Cowboys
zebra
was
stripes,
gifted.
zebra stripes and white and blue.
Yeah, it happens. But hey, look. We got some NFL talk to do. Right now, the wild card weekend, and I'm dropping stuff. The wild card weekend is happening right now. It's time for us to go ahead and go over those games, seeing what y'all really think about these games and predictions and where they may be going. 6 games in total this week. Kev, I know you already have the games all set and ready and where they're going to be. Yeah, but I know. I didn't have to ask. So, the very first game is what, Kev?
First game, 4:30. Cleveland travels to Houston, take on the Texans, AFC South Division champions. How about that?
Go figure.
So now these two teams, I will say, the both head coaches, those two are my candidates for Coach of the Year. I mean, obviously, I'm leaning towards D'Amico Ryans because obviously no one expected that. No one expected that team to go as far as win division this year. So, I mean, it's going to be a good game. Obviously, the last time these guys played, Amari Cooper almost had 300 yards and basically was the only person that made me lose in the fantasy league. One in Larry's league, actually. So, we're not going to talk about that one.
As he takes a sip.
Yep.
Yeah,
literally, he was literally the only reason why I lost because of Amari Cooper. But
family, he went off that game too. Different conversation. I'm sorry. I hate to bring out bad news.
But yeah, this is good. I think this is going to be a low scoring game. I do believe because Cleveland's defense, it's so good. I mean, obviously, it's kind of carrying the team with Watson being up and down, then getting hurt. Then you got Flacco coming in off the couch, sleeping on the bench. Did y'all see that? Him sleeping on the bench against the Jets? Yeah. So, this is a coin flip, but I will say Cleveland right now is a 1.5 favorite.
And they're the away team.
Yes.
That says a lot. That's it. That says a lot.
It really does.
That say a lot. It definitely say where you should lay your money. You know what I'm saying? Where they want you to lay your money.
Yeah.
But we will see who come into play, for that game. But key small little gem. Did y'all know that Kevin Stefanski's from Philly? Did y'all know that?
No,
I actually didn't know that.
Right, I didn't know that either. And I got a homie that actually went to St. Joe's Prep with him.
Wow.
And still talks to him to this day. He said he actually me and him had a conversation a couple weeks ago in my DM, and he told me that, and I was like, oh shit. I didn't know that. I didn't know he was from Philly. And you know what I mean. So he said obviously his 2A squad is Cleveland, because he still talked to his homie, Kevin Stefanski. So but with that being said, man, because of their defense, obviously being a lot better than Houston, I'm not even gonna say, because CJ Stroud's a young boy, he a rookie, he never seen it. He damn sure impressed me this year. They definitely got something, for the future, man. If everything stays intact with them healthy wise, and that same coaching staff, they got a bright future down in Houston. And then that narrative with like you said, Flacco, chilling on the futon for the last couple of weeks, but then come out and perform at a high level with Cleveland, man. This is gonna be a good one. But I think I'm gonna have to lay my pick with the Browns, man.
Really?
The thing with Flacco is he don't need to do too much. He just needs to run the clock out, get some points, and your defense is going to keep you in the games no matter what. So he doesn't have to do too much.
Right.
And so far he's been exceeding the expectations of carrying on the team going into the playoffs. But yeah, I agree with you, Tone, with the Texans. Yeah, they need a few more pieces, and they're going to be a dangerous team for a long time. I mean, especially with that division where the Colts, they're going to get better now that Anthony Richardson's going to come back after see what he's about.
Yeah, man. Yeah, what? How many games into the season he got hurt? 3?
Yeah, it was like
We
three or 4.
really ain't get to see the package. You pause. Whoa, wait a minute.
Whoa.
We still didn't see what we still didn't see what Anthony Richardson got to bring for Indianapolis as far as his leadership and his talent that I guess he gonna have with them, man, with Indy. So yeah, that division gonna be cool. Then you gotta get your I mean. Is this? I know this going off of the playoff talk, but is Trevor Lawrence overrated?
Yo, Tone, you showed me a stat the other day that I was like, no, that can't be. And yeah,
the thing is about overrated. It's like, where was he even ranked before the season started?
Okay.
I didn't even have him in my top 15, to be honest with you.
Kev.
Yes.
Number 1 overall pick, supposed to be the next Joe Montana, right? Now, Tone, I'm going to highlight you. Tell Kev what you showed me.
Well, my question to a couple guys that day was, I seen a stat where it was just like, if you was starting a franchise and there was 2 pictures that was on your desk, and there was a picture of Trevor Lawrence and a picture of Daniel Jones, who would it be that you would select that you want to start your team with? And I'm asking you, Kev, and I'm asking you, Joel. Who would you start your franchise with?
I mean,
automatically you gonna go Trevor. Like, I mean, as far as like, he just like as far as like his physical attributes, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I would just go with him.
All right, now, are
Like,
you? I mean, just because of physical,
yeah,
just because of physical attributes.
Yeah, as far as like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're looking at both of them standing next to each other, I'm like, yeah, I'd rather take this dude. I don't know.
Well, I mean, what? Daniel Jones like 6'5". They only got him by an inch. You know what I mean? Like height wise, they probably the same. Daniel Jones probably way more than him, actually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
he
to
probably
me, like,
fat.
Trevor has the more
he
frame,
faster than him.
that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
You say Trevor got the who?
The more of the frame, like the QB frame that you're looking for. To me, just looking at him.
Right. Because he's supposed to be the sunshine kid and all this and that.
They're trying to make him that.
But like him and Daniel Jones actually have the same identical like numbers. As far as touchdowns, interceptions, wins, losses, they're the same.
Everything.
They're the same quarterback, yo. But like, I think the majority will probably say that Daniel Jones is much of a bum, like more of a bum than Trevor Lawrence. You know what I mean? When in theory, what are we going off of? Because if we can't go off of numbers because their numbers are the same. You know what I mean?
And I would argue that Trevor Lawrence had better weapons too.
Yeah, better weapons, but the same.
Saquon,
and then so that would mean
Saquon,
that Daniel Jones is better.
Probably better. Probably.
If they
Because, I
got
mean,
the
he never
same
had
numbers.
a Christian Kirk. He never had, obviously, he got Ridley this year. But, I mean, he did get his tight end. He went over there from New York. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But he really never had, I mean, he always had Slayton. That's it. He never really had a.
When he was on the field.
And then whatchamacallit was always hurt. So his running back was always hurt.
Right. Saquon was hurt the majority of the time, and then they traded Kadarius Toney. That was the first receiver that they took, to try to see if he give him an actual weapon. It's hard to tight end.
From what it looks like the Giants made a good move on that one.
Yeah, right.
But you know what it is, man. You know what it probably is, man. Where the difference comes in that it's Dan Jones's eyes, man. That's what it really comes down to. This dude just looks, he just looks like a deer lost in the headlights. Like he just, I don't
Yeah.
know what's up with this dude.
That's what they like. They got Eli Manning before that. The same look.
Yeah, like that. I don't know what's up with this guy.
That's
Look,
the
man.
NYQB look. I look like that.
I don't know what's up with that, man. But yeah, man. To go back to that AFC South division, man. For a couple years to come, they gonna be right, yo. Trevor Lawrence gonna have to get his
Oof. Yeah,
Wow.
man.
That's crazy.
That's like dead on.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so they both stink.
But that's what I'm saying. Look,
Wow.
you look at that picture side to side. You like, yeah, I'll take Trevor. He got the guns out. He looked like more of a physical specimen. That's what I was saying. Like I would automatically, all right, give me in.
But you know what the league do? The league will program you to believe that Trevor Lawrence is such a better quarterback than Daniel Jones, or the press that he gets. You know what I mean?
Right.
And yes, maybe it was the success, you know what I mean, that his team may have had. You know what I mean? That's how go to show you, man, that quarterbacks and head coaches get the most praise and they get the most flack for, how your team do. Like they give all the praise to, Trevor Lawrence, but his numbers is the same as Dan Jones, who team can't get up into the playoffs. Or I guess they did last year. I don't know how, but you know what I mean? It's just that I don't know, man. Daniel Jones, man, that's probably his best season ever. Obviously in his career last season. But he stinks, man. And if he stinks, and if we view him and we see him on a day-to-day basis, obviously, week-to-week basis being in the same division, Trevor Lawrence has to stink too, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So Tone, just go ahead and go back to the Cleveland versus Houston. Actually, you picked Houston already, right?
No, I picked Cleveland, the Browns.
Oh, the Browns.
Larry, give me Cleveland as well.
All right, Joel, pick your case, man.
Take a Sleepy Joe. Sleazy Joe off the
Sleepy
couch.
Joe.
Sleazy, Sleepy Joe off the couch. He gonna do him dirty.
Yo,
they have been saying that, don't get me wrong, he's been playing, well. But it has been some times where he got a little bit of Joey in him. You know what I mean? And he was flinging that thing around, had a couple of interceptions, and
I just think
so
Miles Garrett is gonna cause havoc. That's it.
Yeah, he ain't off the hook just yet.
Okay.
So, well, when it comes to myself, I don't think the young boys that's on Houston is ready for this type of heat. I could be 100% wrong. I mean, it's not often where you have a young team like that's ready. You know what I mean? Especially in their first year. I mean, kudos to that team. Kudos to Houston for having the year that they have. And everything in me hope that I'm wrong. Because I really don't want to see this big old hype about Joe Flacco doing this thing in the playoffs. Look at him. Oh, Joe Flacco's back. Old man juice is all. No, I don't want to hear none of that.
That's the thing. That's why I said he hasn't been able. He doesn't really have to do much because the defense will keep you in games. He just has to make a certain amount of plays, just get some points on the board. That's all he has to do.
To my point, what I just said, the quarterback and the head coach gets the most praise. We not saying us in general, but the sports world is just gloating about Joe Flacco. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Cleveland ain't been in this position, all season before him with a batter, Deshaun Watson, and who was the quarterback? Who was playing before that?
Quarterback was
PJ. It was
Baker.
PJ. PJ.
Yeah, like come on,
No,
man. They
this
beat the
season it was
49ers
PJ.
with they beat the
Right.
49ers with him, man. So, you know, I'm not saying Joe Flacco is doing anything spectacular. You know what I mean? He's doing what he needs to do. But look at how much they loving him and giving him the praise, as if that team just has an aura about them. You know what I mean? That this year they just really sticking to it, and they applying that pressure on people and they winning.
I think it's the coaching, and to Larry's point, like I'm not trying to take anything away from Houston. I think they got nothing but the arrows pointing extremely up for them. But I just think if you look at how that team is built, it's all young characters. You know what I mean? You got the coach is new. Everything about it is new. So when it boils down to it, you got a lot of veterans on the Cleveland side that'll get the job done. That I think will get the job done on when is it tomorrow? So it's on Saturday versus I feel like Houston's gonna need everything to go right. I mean, I don't even know, if they really have a true veteran presence on the offensive side, you know what I mean, to really like carry the team against that extremely great defense that they got. So I mean that's the only reason I went with Cleveland. I was just joking about the Sleepy Joe, but
I mean,
Sleepy
they're young.
Joe.
They're young, and they got in the playoffs first year. Let them get that experience, so they'll be ready next year and go on a run.
Yeah, it's all it takes, that little chip on the shoulder, and make that run. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of chip on their shoulder, I'm sure right now KC feels as though that they got a big old chip on their shoulder because nobody believes in them this whole entire postseason. So
I don't
you
know.
have
They're 4.5 point favorites right now.
only because they're in KC. So that's more of a pick 'em because they're going to give you 3 points for being the home team. Just saying.
Yeah.
And also, you also have a Miami team that didn't show lately that they can beat a team that's over 500.
And they're about to play in -2-degree weather.
it's supposed to be negative
that's the
30
downfall.
degrees.
Yeah, that's the
Feel like
downfall for
negative
Miami in this
30.
game. It's that weather.
I feel bad for the fans that have to sit there.
I will not be there unless I'm in the press box. I'm cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Me too.
It's gonna be, oh man, it's gonna be so cold that it feels like you're burning like hot. Like it's crazy, man. But
No one's gonna want to tackle.
I still think, man, I'm trying to look at both sides of the offense. I still think they just have a few weapons that could break a long between HN. You got Waddle and Tyreek Hill. I'm going with Miami, believe it or not. I just don't see nobody on the KC side that could take it to the house. Like, I mean, you got Pacheco, and you know what I mean? And Travis Kelce hasn't played well and hasn't scored a touchdown in how many weeks already? Like that, like man, like
I do.
I don't know. That team got too many question marks. I feel like the shifty, quick players are going to thrive in cold weather, and that leads me all the way to Miami. That's the only reason. I mean,
Yeah.
I get the home field advantage and the whole, weather factor and all that, but I'm taking Miami.
Yeah, I mean, these two faced off each other earlier in the year, and it was a defensive battle. I mean, Miami knew exactly how to handle this offense. It was double cover Kelce and force the receivers to beat you. And obviously, all year, Kansas City's receivers can't beat anybody. So it's
what receivers?
Yeah, exactly. So it's
you got Raheem, Etienne, Hill, Waddle.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think isn't Mostart
one
and
of them's going.
Waddle
Yeah,
coming
one
back?
of them. Yeah, one of them's going to break it, man. I just feel like the playmakers make plays, and whether it's like the Shady McCoy game, like freaking when in the snow, like you got to have that one playmaker on whoever's the playmaker on either side. I feel like has the most probable, win percentage to me, and And I was sitting there like, damn, it's in KC. And I kept trying to convince myself to go with KC. But I'm just like going back and looking like, I don't know, man. I'm like, I just can't. Like, I just see that, quick catch, cut up the field and go for long touchdown type thing.
Yeah, because, I mean, like I said earlier, with the weather, I don't think anyone's going to try to tackle.
Tackle, the pavement feels like a freaking, the grass feels like a pavement. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It's going to be hate out there for them guys, man. One thing for sure, I respect all of them for even taking the field. Because I'll be looking at that man like, oh, I'm cool. I wouldn't even attend the game unless I'm in that press box. I'm cool.
Yeah, Larry, I'll take Miami as well.
Wow.
Like Joel said, I really tried to take KC. I really did, but
Yeah.
I've been trying to convince myself to go KC, but I just can't. I mean, you just can't. You want to go Patrick Mahomes coaching been real sketchy lately. I'm thinking Bieniemy had a lot to do with their success of winning it last year, and the play calling with the mediocre receivers that they had last year, like they did this year. But I mean, I don't know, man. Like I just can't. There's too many positive things on the Miami side and factors that just leaning me over to that direction.
All right, Tom, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with KC, and the two reasons I'm gonna go with KC is I think the weather is going to be a factor mentally on Miami. I think they just is going to get them. They used to that nice warm weather down in Miami. I don't know if they're going to be able to adapt to that mentally, and I think that the refs going to come to play for KC tomorrow and at Arrowhead. They ain't going to let Mahomes go out in the first round, man, because Tua, don't get me wrong, Tua in Miami, they got something going down there, man, but they fell apart at the wrong time of the season, man. You were in first place all year long to lose your last two games of the season and get the division taken right from you. So I don't think they're there all the way either, and they a little beat up. They're a little beat up and bruised, man. They're going to go play in that cold weather, man. I don't think that's going to mix well. So give me KC, man.
I got you. And it's funny because I'm kind of back and forth with this too. I understand all y'all guys' point of view on this one. And like at first reaction, just like y'all guys, I'm like, Tua from Hawaii, you know what I mean, plays in Miami, was that in Alabama? There wasn't a whole lot of bad weather going on in Bama. Like he really haven't played in like horrible weather before, right? The rest of the squad, you really think about it, Ramsey played Jacksonville. Now he played in Miami. I mean, like a whole lot of those guys isn't used to that type of weather. So it was like, I don't know.
Tyreek Hill played.
And then I thought about Tyreek Hill.
That one, and he had a
that's
game.
That's the factor right there.
When they played against each other. Where, dude, that was like the most – everyone was already banking on that Tyreek Hill touchdown prop bet when they played the last time, man. It didn't come for, come through for everybody. But I think that's going to be the deciding factor, man. I mean, he's the one that played in cold weather in that stadium. So
he probably Tariq by himself is the reason why I'm saying Miami. No, it's gonna be a track meet. If it's no snow, it's just really cold, it's gonna be a track field. And it's like who's gonna keep up with Waddle and Hill and that type of conditions?
Too.
Like both those guys are just crazy. So yeah, I'm going Miami. So there you go. All right, next up,
Well, speaking of snow, the next game is Steelers at Buffalo, and looks like they're about to go into a state of emergency. About 10 feet of snow, 50 miles per hour winds. It's about the Buffalo actually tweeted out like an hour ago saying, "Yeah, we're going to need some extra shovels on Sunday, guys." So right now,
And they still gonna have that in Buffalo, huh?
Yeah, they usually
so.
try to move it or at least
That-
move the day.
I heard that they were trying. They were
What
earlier
about
in the
Monday
week.
night again?
Earlier in the week, they were trying to move it to Cleveland. Like move
Oh,
the
that
game
would
to Cleveland.
suck for the fans, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be horrible.
Yeah, but it's either that or what fans going to that game? all that snow.
The Buffalo fans, they'll be there.
Bills
They're
mob.
crazy.
They'll be there. They'll probably still be jumping through tables.
Yeah, I like to
You
see
won't
that.
even see the
You
tables.
said, wait,
with the
did you say 10 feet or 10 inches? Like what? They
They
ain't
said
jumping.
10 feet.
They're not jumping. They're
They
not
said-
jumping through no tables in 10 feet. They ain't doing that shit. That would be must see TV.
Buffalo is 9.5-point favorites. But Larry, I'll take
Pittsburgh
Buffalo.
don't have a quarterback, man. They
Yeah,
not.
I think this is gonna be Buffalo across the board.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, unless
Yeah.
the weather really becomes a factor and just makes everybody fumble the football. I mean, Pittsburgh, yeah, they're gonna get annihilated. I don't know if that's gonna happen in all the snow, but yeah, I like Buffalo in this one.
The only way Buffalo is going to lose this game is if the Bills aren't
Josh
tough
Allen,
enough
Josh
to deal
Allen.
with them.
Nah, you're gonna have them running the ball. You got Josh Allen that runs the ball. Fournette. You got freaking Cook. You got, Murray. They got more of a built team around to run those play calls. You know what I mean? In the snow. You got two guys. You got Najee and what's his name? Who's the other running back over there in Pittsburgh? Ah, shit. I forget
Warren?
this dude's name. Warren. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
pretty good, but you got Rudolph as your quarterback.
And you'll have TJ Watt. They ruled them out back in Tuesday.
Yeah, that's gonna be hurt piece for them. They definitely need that pressure, man. He's a game wrecker, and they need that. They could have used that obviously in this game. So yeah, they wounded Ducks, man.
Don't Watt guys get hurt too much, man.
Yeah, as
Too
great as
much
they
for my
are,
liking.
and they're great. They're great. All of them great players.
They're good players. They just get hurt all the time.
Oh yeah, you're right. I agree. All right. So next here we
game,
go.
Green Bay travels to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.
So here
Cowboys
we go.
are 7-point favorites.
Ooh.
I like that line too. Yeah, we gonna route them just like the Sixers routing the Kings tonight.
What is that?
Who playing the flute? What's going on?
My bad. That was me with the beer can.
Like, what is that? Like, jeez.
I didn't think you guys would
Lar-
hear that. It's all
Lara, I'm not going to waste state time. I'll take Dallas.
How does that feel?
I mean,
It's bad,
Well,
right?
you know why I was like this.
yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing? We picking football. How does that? What do you mean? How does that feel? You betting with your eyes and what you've seen this year. Like we not going to do that. We're not going to act like we're not football fans here.
Listen,
Like,
That's true. You're right.
It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter who the team is. Like if it was Miami.
Listen,
blowing the doors up.
Green Bay was surprised. Obviously, Jordan Love looks like he could be the franchise quarterback.
Listen, it was his first 4 years starting, and they made the playoffs. So that's great. That's great for them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it, but I'm taking Parsons.
Yo, did you see what he said about Quinn if he leaves? He
No,
said-
I didn't see that.
He said, and I quote, he might take me with him. You never know.
Oh, come on, Parsons.
Seattle. He's
Swear
gonna
to
be in
God.
Seattle.
That's what he said.
Quinn's going right to Seattle.
That's what he said.
Yeah, unless Seattle got Jerry Jones money, I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about that. And he be a fool to leave for Seattle.
Would he?
Yeah, why wouldn't he? What they got? What their offense can match?
They got Geno Smith over there.
Exactly. Exactly. Case closed. we okay. We petitioning for So we might as well get Jamar on. What's my man's name?
Darren.
Darren, you might as well get Darren on here then. If y'all
man, he's back on here. We back.
If y'all Geno Smithing it up.
We back, baby.
Yeah, that's when he'll answer your text.
Yeah,
making a run to the Super Bowl, baby.
He did that Super Bowl bound, and they ain't even make the playoffs.
We beat the Birds.
Yeah, I think he was.
He was on the way to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he duked it out. They duked it out with us. You know what I mean, to the finish. But came up short. They came back against y'all, so he was really feeling it. So this boy said on this show, on this panel amongst us, he said Super Bowl bound Seahawks. I can't believe we should have edited that part out of the podcast.
I couldn't even say nothing because I was laughing so hard. I was like, "Damn, I don't know this boy, but he seems cool." I just gotta keep laughing at it because I really can't believe he just said that.
Super Bowl bound.
Super Bowl bound. That's what he said, man. But
hey, man, being a fan has you saying crazy things sometimes. But
all right, so that's obviously that's Dallas, Kev, me, Joel, Larry
didn't say nothing, but I'm assuming he's not going with Green Bay.
Is Aaron Rodgers back?
He was on the Pat McAfee show the other day.
They told him he's not gonna be. He's not allowed on the Pat McAfee show next year because he's gonna be playing.
Because I guess because he was hurt, he got to get on it. But I guess who came at him? Jimmy Kimmel came at him or something like that.
No, he came at Jimmy Kimmel.
Right, because Kimmel said something about his name being on the Epstein list. Is that what that was?
Yeah. So Aaron said, like, there's a lot of people that's out here that's not excited or not ready for this list to come out. And he was like, yeah, and I'm sure Jimmy don't want it's not looking forward to that list, as if he's saying that he's on that list.
He's on the list.
Right.
He tweeted out like the whole law thing at him. Like, say something.
That was bad.
Jimmy, we gonna handle this in court.
Yep.
Oh wait, did he say that?
Yeah.
It was an official tweet.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like put that stuff in your mouth. Yep.
Like that kind of thing. Oh man.
They're always going to the suing and all that legal stuff. Like, well, don't crack jokes. Like, what is like? Get out of here, man. I can say whatever I want, man.
Jimmy was about to tell him, "You're gonna be playing for me, not the New York Jets. I need all that money."
Yeah, he was mostly concerned with, like, all right, if you want to bust on me, bust on me. If you want to joke on me, go ahead and joke. But don't say that like I'm a child molester, man. Yeah. That's basically what he's saying. He's like, basically, like, yo, you're a child. Like, yeah, I hope he's not on the list. He'll be a child molester. That's horrible.
Horrible.
That's horrible, man. That's horrible. All right. Next up, Kev, go for it.
All right. Last game of Sunday. Rams travel to the Detroit, take on the Lions. Detroit.
That's gonna be a good game, man. That's gonna be a good game.
I agree.
Damn, it's gonna be a good game.
That's the one that I want to watch the most, honestly. Like out of all the ones.
And that's the night game. That's the Sunday night game, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Cleveland and Houston and that game. That's the two I think are going to be the ones that. Because, I mean, you got the weather impact in these other games.
Let me Let me see, man. Damn.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I've been thinking about it all day.
You can pick the Rams, aren't you?
I'm picking the Rams as the upset.
It's going
Rams are just their offense it's sneaky good because you obviously got Puka that came out of nowhere. Obviously, you got Cooper Kupp. He's gonna do Cooper Kupp things.
Williams is on a tear with fresh
and you got
legs.
Williams. Yeah.
Yo. So they interesting fact that I heard about Karen Williams, yo. He finished third in the league in rushing and missed 5 games, yo.
Yeah.
That's major right there. Like if granted, giving him them 5 games on the same kind of pace that he was on in the 11, 12 games he played, he'd probably led the league in rushing. You know what I mean? So the future is definitely bright for them too. For that squad, man. I could definitely that's a definitely upset game. That can happen because obviously you got Goff, man, quarterback of Detroit. You never know who's gonna come to play with him.
True.
But because they home, man, I'm gonna take Detroit. Because I want them. I want them again because of that call, illegal touching and all that. I want them again. So go ahead and win that game, Detroit.
Here's the thing too with the Rams is their team is a bunch of 4th, 5th, 6th round picks because obviously they sell half their team to win that Super Bowl. They're gonna rebuild and everything, and they're doing it with late round picks. I mean, what was the last time they had a 1st round pick?
Yeah,
In a long time. It's what they did. It's
just Goff
impressive.
probably, right? Jared Goff was
I mean that you got that whole revenge factor for Goff and Stafford against his old team. Man.
I will say too. I mean, with the Rams, it's obviously you got a few players on that team that's been there before. Playing in postseason and in the Super Bowl, and then they won it. Like obviously Stafford was there, Cooper Kupp played, Aaron Donald on the defensive side. I mean, they got people who played in the postseason. In Detroit, it's a bunch of guys that has never been in the postseason before, so that could be a factor as well.
You got our safety was on that team.
Okay, so Goff and our safety, 2 people.
I'm taking Detroit.
53-man roster.
I'm taking Detroit, man.
All right, Els, who you pick, Els?
Great game. I think it's going to be, like y'all guys said, I think it's probably going to be the best game of the whole entire weekend. Because there's a lot of strengths and a lot of weaknesses on both these squads. You know what I mean? And the what if factor of Detroit. Is Detroit for real? Or are they just happy that they made the playoffs, therefore that's their Super Bowl right now? You know what I mean? Like they made it after all these years, they finally made it into the playoffs. Is that it for them? Now, I really don't trust Stafford like that anymore. But then at the same token, I don't trust Goff either. So
yeah, because the thing with Goff is like what Tone said. Which Jared Goff we're going to get? We're going to get a Jared Goff that throws 3 touchdowns over 330 yards, or are we going to get Goff that throws 2 or 3 picks?
Yeah, you're right. So I'm going to go with experience of not picking experience. I'm going to go and pick Detroit.
You're like the Stephen A of this podcast because you go on a rant for 45 seconds to a minute just to get an answer out.
You don't have the right to talk. Like you don't have the right to talk at all. You miss the
That's figuring out what
I was you know what, brother? like,
what the hell do I sound like Hulk Hogan?
Right.
Jeez Louise.
That's how it feels. All right.
screw you, man. All right.
All right. And
the last game,
Let's go.
Eagles
Game of the
travel
week,
to
baby.
Tampa. Eagles 3-point favorites.
we are?
Yeah. I think it's only because Baker is hurt. I don't think he practiced today either. And AJ is nowhere to be found.
He don't even want to play in the game. I'm sorry, but I'm picking Tampa Bay, yo.
Whoa.
I'm not surprised.
I like that for you. Oh,
I
man.
mean, y'all got to convince me otherwise. But yeah, I'm liking Tampa.
Nah, listen, I don't
in this
even
game.
blame you, man. I mean, dude, as an Eagles fan, obviously I'm riding with my team.
Yeah.
But this is a playoff game, and I don't even feel like enthusiastic. I don't feel like I was talking to my homie today. I said, bro, we could be up 21-0 playing phenomenal at halftime. And I'm just like, something's about to happen.
Yep.
Like, it's just, dude, I just really don't understand how this team went from, and they never was playing great anyway, but, you know, I just felt like with what they were able to do last year, I just felt like they will actually get it back on track and get it close to that, not, you know, exceed that or, you know, trump what they did last year. But I'm like, the team has something there, and they can never get it right. So I totally agree with you as far as you not wanting to take Philadelphia, but obviously, like I'm riding with the Birds. Like, I mean, that it's a lot at stake right now because there's a lot of coaching decisions that are on the table that weren't on the table 3-4 weeks ago on this team, man. It's going to be a lot of changes if they lose the game. I mean, I just, man, I don't know, somehow, some way they better come up with that win because it's gonna be a shit show down there at the NovaCare Center, like in the office, wherever the hell their office is at. Because
Yeah,
I
it's gonna be
mean,
ugly.
it's just odd. But I mean, someone's probably picking it just because he don't think they're gonna win or pull it off. But I mean, being a fan, I'm just like, I don't know how, but I mean, the whole damn game, I'm gonna be sitting on my hands like, man, what the hell's gonna happen? If we could be up 40-0, I'm like, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, last year, yo, last year you asked me this question against this same Tampa Bay team. You know, without question going into the game, I'm
Right.
taking y'all. You know, without question. You're not even giving, you know, that explanation you just gave. We may talk about it a little bit more, but it'd be more kind of like how y'all pick the Cowboys in. Like, we ain't gonna talk about it. Just, you know,
Right.
move on with it. Like, this to me is just a pick'em game, man. You know, going the way, like I
It
said, y'all
really
finish
is.
the season. Being that it's in Tampa, I think that's just going to add a little bit more, you know, for Tampa, you know, as well. But and then y'all got I don't know how bad y'all bull finger is on that throwing hand.
He was practicing today that he was throwing. That's what
Dude,
I
and
heard.
the thing is about this game too, something else we was talking about earlier today. I said, dude, do you realize that we're literally playing the worst team right now? Like, that's in the playoffs, like in the NFC. Like, I think everybody would agree with that. Like the Rams, and all the teams that are in the NFC playoffs. So even if we won the game, it's still going to be one of them things like, all right, well, they just beat up, Baker was hurt. They beat Tampa Bay, which is the worst team. So that's
But
what
dog,
I'm
you
saying.
say
Like,
that,
even if
but you
we
say
lost,
that.
that game, we lose that game to that team, like, I guarantee you, man, I think there's going to be a lot more changes than we're all thinking about from a coaching aspect with the Eagles. Because, I mean, even if you look at the AFC side, you could probably say Pittsburgh is probably like the weakest team in the AFC side that's in the playoff picture out of all the teams that are in the playoffs. So you're looking at Pittsburgh and the Bucks, and I would probably put the Pittsburgh a little bit ahead of the Bucks. So we got probably the weakest matchup out of the teams that's in the NFL.
I mean, you could
And
also
if
say
not-
Green Bay.
No.
But look,
I
you
wanna
saying
say
that
Green
though. But you saying that, but I mean, don't get me wrong. To your point, you're correct about maybe Tampa being the least talented or least of a threat of a team that's in the
Right.
playoffs. But I mean, y'all lost to Arizona and New York, so
Exactly.
you
That's
know what I
what
mean.
I'm saying.
I don't think just because Tampa is the least out of the teams in the playoffs, shit, they better than Arizona and the Giants. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's
Absolutely.
that's a big black eye. You know what I mean?
Right. But I'm saying in the playoffs, and I totally agree with what you're saying as well. But I'm just saying in the playoffs, we got the best possible matchup, and if we go down there and lose, oh man, it's gonna be trouble. It's gonna be trouble. Because that's the way I
now,
would
but
look
would you
at
be
it, as
surprised?
if I was the owner.
Would you be surprised though if you lost? Would you be surprised?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And that's the sad part.
Right.
Right.
And that's and that's what I'm trying to say. Even if we won, it's gonna be like, all right, who did we beat? Okay, Tampa. All right. Now who we got?
No, if you win, it'd be a game that like you had to look at it like we were supposed to win that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we were supposed to win that joint. Like
they need a real convincing win. They need a real convincing win for me though. Like,
well, yeah, now, shit. After this game, you get past this game, the next game would be convincing because it would be the 49ers. You know what I mean?
No, I'm saying we would have to beat Tampa convincingly. Like, all right, everybody played well. They did their thing. Like, they got to come out of there with a real moral victory more than just what it says on the scoreboard for them to get any type of like momentum or anything. Because I mean, dude, it's bad right now. It's real.
Now,
bad.
what's going on? What's going on with AJ Brown?
What do you mean? What's going on?
He's not showing up in practice.
And then they said he deleted his Twitter or something like that. Or?
Yeah, he deactivated his Twitter and he deleted the post on his Instagram.
And he didn't come to practice. He didn't come to practice.
He hasn't been at practice.
Like what? All week or?
All week.
I mean, is he cool? Like,
I know he got banged up. He was out of the game at the end of the for the Giants.
So no
game.
contact. So these are
I don't know if it's
unexcused
injury related or what.
That's what I'm saying. Is these unexcused? Like, or is he communicating with the team at least, or he just AWOL?
Give him a call, Kev.
What's going on? Yo, what? All right, now obviously I knew who he was, as a player in Tennessee, but like, what was he this kind of guy?
I don't know, man. I mean, dude, Philly market is different here, bro. Like, I mean, we talked about it in the beginning of the season, on this podcast already. Like, as far as like what we demand from our sports teams here is at a high level, man. And everybody has something to say. I mean, look, we're talking about them here. I mean, as well.
Hey, listen, man. Look how much money they make, man. So of course we gonna talk about what the fuck they ain't doing.
But some people are when they on top and they riding high. They want to be on that social media to see what people are saying and I told y'all blah blah blah. But when things are going bad, a lot of people can't take that heat, man. And I'm not saying that's the case with him specifically, but I mean. Him not talking to the media didn't help. Then he talks to the media, and then he says stuff that's contradicting the coach. I mean, it's a lot of things that are going on right now. And even when he talked, I felt like he was just trying to say, look, I ain't really want to get into it because no matter what I say or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's going to take it and twist it around. But, I mean, you can't be talking when the team's doing well and not talking. Like, you just need to be kind of like even keel across the board. That would be my recommendation to a lot of a lot of sports athletes and stuff like that. Because when things are going well, they all high and mighty, and then they start hiding and don't want to talk, or don't want to hear the noise. I mean, even like Slay, when he saw that the fan with the trash can pictures, they had his name on it, with Bradbury and Slay and all that stuff. But I mean, it's a lot, man, and a lot of these athletes just can't take it, man.
Tell them to get a dog if they scared, man.
We try to get the Georgia Bulldogs in here for that, but
Well, I heard somebody speak on that. And they spoke on it as far as like coaching. They were saying that Hargrave, what is it, Hargrave, right?
Target.
Yeah, when he was talking about
the practices in San Francisco and in Philly.
Back.
Yeah.
Chill, laid back. And you know what's crazy? When
and they said you could see that,
and they
said you could see that with the Georgia Bulldogs players, because they said none of them are progressing to like what their potential could be. Like the boy Jordan Davis struggling with weight or conditioning. With the linebacker boy, he's just an average, player. What's the boy? Nolan Smith? Is that the boy?
Right.
That's his name?
Yeah.
And obviously, whatchamacallit just looked like he hit the rookie wall.
Jalen Carter.
Yeah, he had flashes early in the season. Looked like he was going to be a straight beast. But like he hit the wall. But they said the coaching, man, like it's just too lax here in Philly, I guess.
I think it was just the demand of like what these guys are doing, because he just made it seem like they were just kind of like going through the motions and not really putting their foot on the gas and saving it for the end kind of thing. You know what I mean? But I mean, hey man, he could be telling. I could see it though. Like I'm not saying he's lying about it or don't believe it, but I mean, maybe that's exactly what's going on, man. I mean, I feel like a lot of things are gonna change drastically, like for this team in the next few weeks.
All right. Well, in case I didn't say it, I'm picking the Eagles to go ahead and win this game. And I don't think it's going to be easy either. I think Baker Mayfield is going to look like Joe Montana again, and like that's what the Eagles do. They make every quarterback that they play look like a freaking Hall of Famer.
Yep, and the savvy veteran over there, Chris Godwin, had a bad game and a bad drop against us that first game that they possibly could have squeaked out and beat us that game. I think he's going to have a huge game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was sitting there, like thinking back, I'm like, damn, I remember Chris, because he's usually a savvy veteran that sure-handed, and you know what I mean. But I mean, obviously, like I'm rocking out with the Birds, man. Hopefully they get it done.
I agree. Well, look, before we go ahead and close this up, there's something that just happened, NBA wise, that I think that we need to at least look at together. Y'all guys ready?
Alabama, undrafted, Maxey. How did he do that? Went up with the left, switched to the right, and still able to finish.
The laws of gravity apparently do not apply. Watch this. That's just crazy right there.
That's your boy Maxey, man.
Listen, man.
That young boy Maxey.
And Embiid not playing tonight either, right?
Nope.
Missing another one. Yeah, I think that's that player management thing, that load management stuff. They just really going off of these little injuries that he getting. Was like, oh, we'll find a way to get some rest.
Well, he was hobbled that last game he played though. I mean that I think that was real.
When that boy ain't ever hobbled, man.
Okay.
Every time he run up and down the court, he fall and he grimacing, grabbing his man.
I hate the way he falls too, man. You can't fall like that,
right? Like it's like you know why I hate when he falls, because this is like the way he falls. I'm like, yo, that looked bad.
It looked like he's getting injured.
His falls don't look like, oh yeah, he probably just bumped his knee or something. Oh my God, is that an ACL? Like the way he be falling, man. I'm like, yo, what are you doing, man?
All three of my sons, when they were learning how to walk, knew how to fall better than Joel Embiid. Like, they fall around how to walk. They'll fall, they'll get back. I'm like, come on, bro, you look horrible falling.
Straight.
Like, it look, oh man, it looks like he's like trying to like break the fall, whatever it is. Like, I'll be like, yo, like it looks so bad. Every time he falls, I'm like, is he gonna get up? All right, yeah,
Right.
let's go. But man, sure.
Oh, there you go. Well,
that was a crazy finish, though. It's a crazy finish by Maxey, man. Like I said, I'm glad he that we the other night too when we should have been on Wednesday. We lost that game to Atlanta, man, but he was balling. He fouled out.
Fouls, they got him. They fouled out. Yeah, that foul on Trae Young was not a foul, man.
Yeah,
the whole
he
time,
ran. Yeah, he bumped into him.
The whole time, he got his hands up.
Yeah. Oh, and then he fouled him on the drive to the basket.
Yep.
Yeah.
Before OT.
Yeah, they didn't call it.
So that's why this team
Zebra stripes.
Yeah, the zebra strikes again, right? They got us.
No, but this team is fun to watch, though.
Yeah, man.
They're fighting. They're fighters, real scrappy. It's a good squad, man. Every day we continue on. We watch this team. It's like, do we need to make that trade? Do we need to make a trade? Because I don't want to separate.
We still do.
Yeah.
We do.
Well, you saw the Bogdanovich and Murray from Atlanta. That was like the trade that popped up.
We do. We still got to put something together to beat Boston. I do believe Boston is the best team in the East, man. And we got to get a Siakam or somebody like that to match them dudes in the 7-game series, man.
Laurie
I ain't too worried about.
Why not go for the All-Star, Scotty Barnes? You don't want the All-Star.
Yeah, he's generational. He's generational.
He's the face of the NBA.
They ain't gonna get rid of him that easy. They're getting rid of the expiring contract. Well, not expiring, but bigger contract versus his.
Scotty Barnes.
Scotty Barnes.
The face of the NBA.
He's a Hall of Fame. Man. I mean, an All-Star. I mean, a Pro Bowler. I mean, he's a
football player.
And a quick little jump too. They all on They all on the Clippers now, man.
They all on the Clippers, but you saw what happened in Boston, though. They benched everybody on the team.
Well, the night before, they had played an OT game. It was in overtime, right. So the Bulls were a little spent. They was getting smacked. They was down like 30 at the half. So ain't no need to put them back in the game, man. I understood that one. And it's always something with a back-to-back, that they said always bet on the team, no matter who the team is. Bet on the opposite team that's not coming off the back-to-back. They said normally 9 times out of 10 in the NBA, the team on the back-to-back always loses their second back-to-back.
Right, but with the traveling and all that, man, even if it's a home game, is a lot. But
and Boston was coming off that back-to-back.
OT
and travel. We came off the back-to-back. What game do we lost the back-to-back, John? Was it
the one with the Knicks? With the Knicks, it was the Knicks and then the next game.
Yeah. Yep. So
I'm trying to think who was the team. Or was it Indiana? Indiana
that was key.
No, it was. No, I know it was the Knicks, and then it was the Knicks and damn, I can't remember the team right now. But I know we should have won that game.
Yeah.
That next game, I get the Knicks. Like the Knicks is.
They came out and just cooked us.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I was kind of expecting it because that was like a Villanova. That was a Villanova homecoming right there, man.
Yeah.
All the guys from Villanova.
Yeah.
DiVincenzo and Brunson came
through. DiVincenzo was cooking us. They was.
And Josh Hart.
Yeah, they cooked our face.
Oh, yeah, that dude got 3 daggone Villanova players on the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even wow.
All they need is Bridges from
Yup.
from Brooklyn.
From
He's in
Brooklyn, yeah.
Brooklyn now.
Family.
Who
If we
should
could,
still who
if the
should
Sixers could
be a
get their hand.
Sixer?
Yeah.
If the Sixers could get what?
Get our hands on Bridges.
We had
Somebody that we already had.
right.
Yeah.
No, that's too damn simple. Why would we trade him for Zaire? Zaire.
He's not even in the NBA. He probably not even in the LA Fitness League right now.
Family. He
Man.
stays away from Burger King and from Dunkin' Donuts for all those sesame seeds, since he's still daggone allergic to them.
Listen, Brett Brown needs to get a Zaire Smith tattoo for making that damn deal. That dude, oh my God, man. Oh my God.
Had the whole family. Okay, we're not going to talk about
that one. That one actually pisses me off more than the Halliburton one, believe it or not.
Yes, I believe it.
Because we actually had him, Tone. Like, I'm with you with the Ben Simmons for Halliburton, but that one, I was like, oh my God. Like, doing the crazy
How did we get suckered?
His mom was working for the organization. Like, she was so happy they drafted her son, bro.
How did we get suckered to
him.
draft to trade for Zaire Smith? What was Zaire Smith?
It was Zaire Smith. It was Zaire Smith and a first-round pick.
But what was he though? Like, I could see if he was like one of the top 5 college players in the nation. You know that. Like, what was he for us to give up an established champion at that in college basketball? Man, that talent department sure got that right there. Yeah,
listen, Brett Brown has a Zaire Smith tattoo. Like, man, he needs to get one for that deal. Shit.
That's nice.
Oh man.
Anyway, hello, Lori Marketing. That's what I'm rooting for. Anyway, all right, guys, let's go ahead and close this out.
Yes, sir.
Another short episode by us.
Sure.
I start you off with Kev. Go ahead, Kev.
I mean, this is gonna be a crazy weekend for the NFL. I'm excited to watch these games, man, and I mean, it's good to be back. I've been on. I was sick and everything, but I'm 100% now. But I'm glad to be back. I mean, let's go Birds, man.
Hey, listen, thanks for tuning in. Apologize on the behalf of the crew for not going on our regularly scheduled day. But we had to squeeze this episode in for you guys. You see where I'm at. I'm in the money maker, the van. You guys that know me know I run a construction company and all that. But listen, tune in, like, subscribe, all that good stuff like Larry says all the time. And go Birds, pull it off, please. Pull it off.
Ooh, friends to the football guys. But thank y'all for tuning in for another show of GNT Sports Talk podcast. We had to get the wild card talking. Like you said, we did this on a night that we don't normally do it on, but I felt it though we had to come together, you know what I mean, talked about some football, get them picks in. Shouts out to my boys for keeping that faith, keeping that hunger, that will of fight, you know what I mean, down at the end of the season, man, to pull off that NFC East champion, man. Shouts out to the Dallas Cowboys for doing that, man. As we go into the playoffs, man, it's a wild card weekend. We're gonna shake this Green Bay curse up off of us. You know what I mean? I got it more than 14-point victory. So enjoy y'all weekend of football. Pray to whatever football guys y'all gotta pray to get that victory. Tune in next week. We're gonna come to y'all obviously on a day that we supposed to film on next Wednesday. Hope y'all have a great Friday night. Go boys. Oh, and don't forget next Friday is the 3rd Friday of the month. Laugh the pain away. Tickets on sale now. Link is in my bio. Tona Promoter on Instagram. Follow me. Like Joel said, like, comment, subscribe, share this page. Put us out there. We're trying to become the #1 sports podcast in the universe. Here we go.
I hate every bit of the last part. Here we go.
They better win this week. You guys better win.
Like I said, about 14 or more, bro. 14 or more, man. Come on, man.
Okay. Well, thanks once again for everybody for tuning in, for watching. Enjoy this football weekend. Look, we fought a whole lot of madness all year long. A whole bunch of ups and downs, the crazy injuries, the whole entire season. This is now we're about to see hopefully a new champion this year. And I can't wait to see who that champion is going to be that's not wearing blue. Everybody have yourself a fantastic day, night. God bless you all. From the GNT crew, be easy.